Life and never thinking of the future. I never had any problem with Anthony Crolla, and I understand that this video is going to seem kind of, critical of him. He's a UK fighter for American fans who don't know. He's 31-5-3 with 13 KOs. He's been stopped once, and basically he's one of those fighters that has like a lot of heart. Even though he's gotten somewhat better skill-wise, but he's not a boxer who's really good at anything, truth be told. So for example, when it comes to the Jorge Linares fight, he's fighting in a rematch. The rematch is going to be on the 25th, which is this Saturday on Showtime Boxing International. So it's going to be a midday card here in the United States on the 25th of March, which is a Saturday, 2:30 p.m. or so. They're going to be in the ring Pacific time, and on the East, it's going to be about 5:30 p.m. So he's fighting Jorge Linares again, in a rematch for the WBA and the WBC Diamond. That WBC Diamond is over the Mikey Garcia 135-pound version of the title. So the winner of this fight is going to have a mandatory fight likely ordered with Mikey Garcia. So the question I have is, why is Jorge Linares fighting this guy again? No disrespect, but also at the same time, should he be above him? For example, when it comes to Ishmael Barroso, his conditioning just was fucked up. At one point in time, the referee helped him up. That was a fight that Crolla wasn't supposed to win. And no, I'm not saying Corolla, I'm saying Crolla, but understand, as y'all say, I'm a Yank. Alright? So when it comes to the Darlise Perez fight, he won two, fights with him, even though he won the fight by stoppage. Still, and then when you go to looking at, didn't he fight Derry Matthews too? Yeah, Derry Matthews, and then Gary Sykes. So he's been like this, known as this Mexican, not Mexican, like kind of like a Mexican warrior down in Mexico, but as far as like a domestic level UK fighter, that now he's fighting on this real big stage, and this is one of the situations, if he loses, that he's going to always stay on domestic level, obviously. But when you look at Jorge Linares, himself, he was supposed to have been good, he's supposed to have been like the next best thing like 5 years ago. Now, from my understanding, he hasn't been defeated in 5 years. He lost to DeMarco when he got knocked out in the fight where he was winning, but DeMarco just totally broke him down, and they ended up stopping him in the 12th. His face was all bloody and fucked up, not even from headbutts. Then, he got knocked out again in the next fight after that. So basically, he went back to, Tokyo where he resides, and he started having like these little fights in between there. But if you look at it, let me go look real quick. It wasn't really nothing there on the resume that he was fighting. So basically, okay, so he lost to DeMarco in October of 2011. That was the fight I was talking about, like where he was winning the fight, sharp boxing skills. Frustrating DeMarco, but DeMarco kept coming forward, and DeMarco ended up stopping him late by busting his face up and just hitting him with clean shots. And the way his nose was cut, it wasn't like he was breathing it in and swallowing the blood. It's just that he just busted up his face. And then, just so happened, DeMarco went on about 3 fights later to fight Adrian Broner. That's how Adrian Broner had got that WBC title. But basically, in my opinion, Antonio DeMarco has never really been that good. He's just always been in, like somewhat high-profile fights. For example, that big fight he had with Edwin Valero all those years back. But anyway, not to get off subject, Linares for DeMarco lost to him, then came back in a comeback fight, which was about 5 or so months later, and he fought a guy by the name of Sergio Thompson, and then was knocked out in the first round. Knocked out in the second round, or stopped in the second round. Then he's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 straight fights, including the Crolla fight, which he won last, clearly, which is one of the reasons why I don't know why they're having a rematch. Even though a lot of the rounds were close, Linares won. But if you look at the names on there, you got Kevin Mitchell. Okay, all right, UK people, fans know him. You got Nohito Arakawa. Remember, he had that big fight with Omar Figueroa. It was a Fight of the Year candidate. But then outside of that, there's nothing there in those 10 fights that he's won. But if you look at the fact that, he's been knocked out, 3 times in his career in fights that he was winning, and that he's a chinny fighter. That's why fighters like Crolla has a chance, and probably that's the way they're going to try to market this fight. Is like, okay, Crolla has always been a warrior. He has a fighting chance to knock him out. Because we've seen that Jorge Linares can be knocked out. But the big thing is what happens next. You know, you got Robert Easter out there. I put it this way. You know, no bullshit. Unless it's unification, it should be Mikey Garcia next. But it's all depending on what Mikey Garcia is going to do, or if he's going to be talking about moving to 140 or not. So either way, Mikey Garcia has big fights at 140 or 135, but I really want to see him, you know, versus Linares. If it comes him versus, you know, Crolla, it'll be a good fight. Maybe, Mikey Garcia will definitely go over there for that, you know, get that UK money, but Mikey Garcia would, you know, annihilate Crolla. And he would beat Linares too, just off of Linares being stopped before in the past, you know, so... We'll see, man. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Of course, I'm going to be here this weekend watching the fight, covering the card. Please subscribe. All the links to my social media right down below in the description box. And stay tuned to FightView360.com for highlights, you know, press conference highlights, and everything involved in the fight. Please subscribe.